Black History Month happens every year. And Martin Luther King and Coretta, all the ones we know. But we don't always know the ones that are more personal to us, the people that we looked up to that didn't get, public recognition like they deserved. Right. I know a lot of theater people that people don't know, but that inspired me. So I was, you ladies inspire me. And I am always interested to know what inspired you. They say, what they say? What's that saying? Who's your heroes or know your idol's idol or something like that. Your favorite celebrities, just look at them.
Right.
So I don't know. I was curious, what kind of started your journey, your personal journey, like what his Black historical figure for you did it, if that makes sense.
I don't know if mine's historical, but I mean, she's definitely part of history. So Natalie Cole did it for me, and that's probably uncommon. Most people would say like Ella Fitzgerald and all those different vocalists, Sarah Vaughan, all that, and they are amazing without question. But I can specifically remember Natalie Cole because I was like 12 years old, and my dad had gotten the new tape. Ooh, wow.
You aged yourself.
Oh my God. I need to lay down. Bring me my meds. It was a tape though. Oh, that's so sad.
When tape, you mean like cassette? Oh, tape. Yes.
Yeah. Edit that. And I remember.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. I still have
like,
some.
Oh God. Anyway, moving past that. No, but hearing her album, Unforgettable. And I remember when the song came on, it was strings and orchestra and all of that. And then her voice came soaring over that. And it honestly felt like a movie. Now, we're sitting there listening to a tape, but it was a movie. And then my dad was reminding me, now, her father was Nat King Cole. And so I just went down the rabbit hole of learning all the stuff that he did. So I don't know if that's considered historical, but just knowing that she did that because her father did that. And I kind of lined that up with myself because I'm a singer, but my mom and dad sang. They're all musicians. And then I have an uncle who was literally in the Kansas City jazz scene. So I just kind of felt like, ooh.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Get out.
A little bit of history.
Oh, that's awesome. Who was it?
So his name is Alfred Delightful D. Barty. He was a drummer.
Wow.
And I actually saw a picture of him, and I don't know how this happened, but his picture in black and white, I had actually taken a picture similar to that, so I put them side by side. We have the same eyes, and everything. It's really trippy. So
oh my goodness!
I thought Natalie's cool because her and her father, and then I'm like me and my dad and my mom. Like, okay, maybe I can do this.
Yes,
so
I like
my
that.
story.
That's so cool.
Seyko, what's your story?
Well, I mean, if you're saying that Natalie Cole is like not the historical, I'm probably even less. Probably my entrance into wanting to sing and make music, Mariah Carey.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I was about 7 or 8, and I think we can like relate to sitting by the speakers when we discovered like there was something to music. So she was the one that drew me in to the speakers. And so I'm just sitting listening to her. Songs are so dramatic and powerful and then soft. And, I was falling in love with music through her voice. And then as I got a little older, sitting by the speakers became liner notes. Like, who wrote this? Who's
for sure
playing on this? Who are the instrument players? And so I learned some names that are in the industry, and then expanded over different albums that I started listening to as I got a little deeper into music. Stevie Wonder. But back to Mariah, I feel like she should have her flowers. Over the years,
without question.
Pop singer, but come on, a songwriter who got number ones for every year of the 90s decade.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And she's still
a
working.
Christmas classic that still goes to number one every year.
Fact.
That's a woman
that's
doing that. And I don't feel like she got a lot of recognition for that. And as I get older and as I get more involved in music and songwriting and I kind of fulfill all the things that are inside of me visually with music, I look at people like her and I'm like, she's been doing that, So I credit Mariah Carey for getting me singing And then I actually didn't recognize how deeply she was involved in writing until a little bit later.
Wow.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
She wrote? I did not know that.
Yeah. She's always like, I want to be a singer. Who do I want to be? Oh, Mariah Carey. Like, that's how I felt, you know. And then when I'm like, I want to be a writer, I didn't think about her.
Wow.
But then it came back, and I'm like, hold on. Now I listen to her interviews, and I'm like, she's been doing this.
Wow.
She was determined to do this when she was very young, and she's been doing it. Her success is from her hard work, her gifts, her talents.
Wow.
When I just heard her voice, and I was like,
that is something.
So
that's cool, though. The writer in you was drawn to that. So, like, because that's who you are. You write amazing songs.
Yes.
Check them out. She writes.
I was gonna say, other than you, who are one of your favorite?
Right. Let's talk
for me, at least,
Right,
one of your favorite songwriters.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Okay,
Yes.
but you haven't told us who's yours.
Mine?
Oh, you didn't think you'd have to tell us?
No.
I just figured I'm Oprah. I'm asking.
Yes,
Y'all
let me
answer.
get my cards.
No,
I'm ready. Get my cards.
No.
You know, I want to stay black, but at the same time.
Well,
Wait, don't take that out of context. You can't.
I don't think you can.
Wait a minute.
I don't. Okay.
Shon Ruffin, ladies and gentlemen.
No.
I want to stay black, but
Where are we going with this?
If you know me, you know who my biggest inspiration is, and it's Selena.
Okay.
So, as of course, I want to stay black. She had a black backup singer and dancer in one of her concerts.
Didn't know that.
Yes. Oh yeah.
We're learning all kinds of things tonight.
So if that's my connection, but aside from Selena being a huge inspiration to me, just because she didn't care about what people think, and she was family oriented. She loved people. She loved performing. You can tell every time she was on stage, she loved performing. Yeah. And one of my favorite, things to do is like watching old interviews of her. She's so silly, and she just likes to have fun and didn't care. And I mean, gorgeous and talented. I mean, people be sleeping on them vocals.
Yeah, no,
there's some clips of her doing raw vocals, just playing around, and I'm like, yo, come on.
Yeah.
Y'all weren't ready. She was about to cross over.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But anyway, other than that, I have a lot because I have a theater background, and so I was, raised on a lot of musicals. My mom made sure that I watched a lot of musicals. A lot.
Your mother?
Yes.
Yeah.
How did your mom influence you into that?
She loves singing. My mom was a part of the Ray Manning Singers, the gospel group in Kansas City way back in the day. And she would sub in and sing. So I remember going to the studio and hearing her sing stuff. So she always loved music. And then we sang in church. And then, played all the classical musicals. So one of my favorites is Funny Girl. Barbra Streisand. Barbra Streisand. Who that lady? I am terrible because everybody I keep naming.
Wait, no, that's okay.
We're not airing this in February, apparently.
Just cut those answers.
This is your idea. This is your idea, bro. I don't understand.
We'll change this to women's history.
Clearly, we're gonna have to
We'll use
show
that
this.
clip for March. My bad. Sorry. Mahalia Jackson.
Oh God!
She got the most spiritual, the most.
I went all the way to the other side. Can we find the middle ground?
Somewhere in the middle.
We're just babs or
I'll give it to you. Whitney Houston was her Bodyguard album. I was wailing that. That's when I realized how much I loved yelling. Belting.
Wait a minute.
I would yell. If that house was free, I would put that CD on.
Yeah.
And the magma.
Yes.
Ooh, I used to get it. I know I was tone deaf then.
Song,
I know it was. Oh man, Whitney Houston.
Can I tell you that the first time I was awestruck with you was you sing on that Whitney Houston tribute show. I still have video from it, and every now and then I like to look at it because you gave me goosebumps.
Which song did she sing?
I think it was.
I have nothing.
That one was,
and she did the '90s Whitney.
Yeah,
I had the outfit
for it.
I was so good.
You looked so fly. You were like ready. So I was like,
yeah. I believe it.
Listen to you, and I was like, let me get my phone. I'm like, whoa!
I'm like, yay!
Yeah.
Thank you. That was
not everybody can sing that.
That's
song.
it's
not
hard.
an easy song.
It is
But you
hard.
made us all feel something like it was all around sitting in the crowd.
I believe it.
So now
Similar
I get
to when you
sing
were on
with
tour
you.
and singing.
With,
When she was on
Not
tour
on tour.
in Belize. One of her 600 shows. I promise you, I was up there like, I wanted to throw things. Because the way you killed that song in Dreamgirls.
see, the same, but that was just even more. Just carried us.
Life-changing.
Yeah,
It's
it was
hard
really
to go
good.
back and forth. That has been, that was my next question was, and I'll give you my answer after I hear you guys, so whatever. But that was hard because, coming from theater, then a church background, then singing pop songs, then, all of this is like, I felt like I've just been challenged the entire time. And some things I'm like, what do I like? What sits well with me? And discovering new things about my voice and what it can do and what I don't want it to do and all that. So has there been a time that you guys have faced a challenge in your career that kind of shifted the way you thought about what you do?
I answered first last time. Boom.
Ask it again.
What can you tell me of a time where you felt challenged as, in your career? It could be anything. It could be a venue, it could be a song, it could be any kind of gig.
Think, if we're talking when I started singing professionally, there was maybe a 7-year itch where I was in wedding bands and a corporate band, a wedding band from the time I was about 21. So there was a time where I just felt like I wanted to shed all of it and go write music and go create. And so it became really challenging for a while to go to these gigs and sing for these people because I knew I wanted to be somewhere else. I would have rather been home writing at the keyboard, discovering that part of me that I felt like I was missing. And plus, your social life kind of goes down the drain when you're every weekend singing for people. So I did not quit at that point. I reached inside of myself and I found I explored more of what my purpose was there. If I was going to be there, what am I doing? I'm not going to keep just phoning it in then. I'm going to look people in their eye. Right. I'm going to get better where I'm standing.
Good.
And I'm going to be grateful for what I get to do.
Yeah.
So it kind of restored a joy inside. And, the people could be drunk. They could not even be looking at you or paying attention. But I'm going to look at you.
That's right.
And I'm going to give you all this joy that I have doing what I do.
Yeah.
And that helped me keep going. And it kind of sharpened me to be able to be on stages and on different stages. Because now I can just look at a crowd and be like, I'm here for you.
Aww.
I can see it.
Like,
when you perform, you were so passionate.
Yeah.
I can tell you enjoy doing what you're doing, and it's great.
It definitely comes across, which makes the whole experience like, wow, this is special. We're in here together. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Your turn.
Me?
I know.
Honestly, it was what you brought up, the Whitney Houston. That was the most challenging thing I had done.
I couldn't tell.
Because it was the most intimidating thing I had done. I come from a theater background, and a lot of theater people, they're like, ooh, just sing loud. They don't really care about
that's not true.
what you can really do,
Right.
As long as you, especially as a black woman, they're like, ooh, be sassy. Just be sassy.
Like it just
and
turns
go,
on.
That's all they want.
Yeah.
But it's not like, give me more. Like, I want some layers. And so, doing theater, and then when I first graduated from college, I started performing at Missy B's and drag shows.
Right.
And that scared me. So I took on that challenge, trying to, figure out what... I was in control of what kind of songs I wanted to do. Right. So I kind of got a feel for what style I like. And then Lee, shout out to Lee Langston, Lee was like, hey girl, I hear you be doing gigs all around town randomly. I got this idea. Maybe you can do this. And I was like, wait, what? In front of who? All of these R&B divas and people that have sung all over Kansas City for years and in the Blue Room and all, you know, and I'm just in a theater, you know. I was so scared and nervous. And then how I trained was a little different than what I wanted to sound like singing other non-theater songs. And I was trying to mix the two with using technique. And even now, I'm still working on it. I'm still, you know, sharpening those skills and figuring out what my voice can do and how I want it to sound. But yeah, I was so nervous because I felt like I was getting into a world that I wasn't a part of. And I felt like I had to introduce who I was. And I was also up against other really good singers. And so I had to step up. I couldn't be the one who wasn't as experienced. And, yeah, it was so nerve-wracking. I remember I had practiced that song to a T. I was like, I'm gonna know every single word so that I can just have fun and let it go. And
you did.
it was a good turnout because people remember it, and it's a reminder to me that like I took on this challenge. I was so nervous, and I did it. And I was like, I Have Nothing, which is one of the hardest songs to sing. So I'm so happy I was working out then. Whew. But that's one of the big moments.
Amazing. I'm glad I got to witness that.
Yeah. And recording in the studio. That is one of the other ones. I have not done that. I have not done that until I did it with you guys. I did songs, but it was fun songs. It was easy, but not having to work together with real musicians and original songs, and then having the freedom to kind of do what you want, but then it's like this weird experience that I was having of, I can't believe I'm here, and am I good enough? And not, I don't know. That was one of the biggest challenge too. And that was recent, but it all worked out. You're so supportive, and
you rocked the mess out of that.
Not hard to be.
Not at all. No, when you're already good.
Yeah.
We don't. This is fine.
Right. Paula, you don't even have an answer, right?
Yeah, I do.
You don't have an answer. There's no way.
It's a lie. It is possible for me to be challenged.
In the studio?
In the y'all. Okay.
Not one
challenged in a good
one take
way.
Paula. I called you One Take Paula.
I think
our
Paula.
first session ever with the Freedom Affair.
Yeah.
I gotta tell the story over and over. She rolls in from work, right? Come on. She rolls in from work with her purse on her shoulder, with some sweats.
Did we have a snack?
Deep size.
Was it a snack?
Okay.
Something in hand.
There's probably a granola
Peanut
bar
butter
or something.
M&Ms.
Yeah.
Something. Crackers. Yes.
Hey, yo. Already ready to leave.
This is a true story.
Oh, God.
So, I'm going to head out already on the edge of her tongue, but we have a job to do, and you do the job. I mean, if we talk about turning it on and turning it off, I don't know, maybe you have a switch somewhere, but it's otherworldly.
Yeah, I'm like, what challenge?
Yeah, so if you hear things on our first album, Freedom is Love, some of those were just like the one take that she... It's unbelievable. I still laugh.
Behind
because
the
if
scenes.
you would have been there, you would have seen a woman who just had a whole day of killing it just in regular life.
I suppose. Love Liberates. I did that with a cold, and I feel bad about that. I wanted to do that over. I felt so bad. I was like, I have a cold. I'm sorry.
What?
Love Liberates. It did. I think that could have been better, but God bless us, everyone.
Do we all get that feeling? It could have been better.
It could have been better. Yeah. I'm like, that was...
Is there going to be a time where we don't feel
honestly, I don't know.
True.
But I think that's good. Because you should never get to a place where you feel like you've arrived.
Yeah.
No, you have not. And my challenge, believe it or not, I had the challenge. Forget y'all.
Challenge. Do I take a challenge?
I hate you both.
Hand me my cheesecake.
Because while you're playing, I will absolutely.
We have photo evidence.
I sing and eat.
Video.
Who's not going to be hungry is me.
Paula literally
it's a flex.
Cheesecake while you're singing.
I was hungry.
While you're
hitting every note.
Evidence.
It was a perfect good piece of cake. I wasn't setting that down. You got to enjoy it while it's fresh and right out whatever. Forget y'all.
Cheesecake though?
Yes, that.
The
wings,
dairy
all
would
of it.
choke me. I'd be like,
You try to
It's
stay
over.
hungry and see how it goes. I would walk out the door. Listen. Anyway, my challenge, because y'all don't take
yes,
my pain
good.
serious. Moment for me.
Okay, zoom in. Okay. All right.
Here we go.
Oh.
Take this serious. In all honesty, I come from the gospel background. You know, like I think most of us churchy first. And like, but mine was heavy. So the idea of crossing over was like, can I even do that? Yeah. But at the same time, I knew I had to, because I'm like, the things I can do with my voice, I got in trouble for doing them in church choir.
Yeah.
I'm running all over they're like, can you please just sing it straight? I did the same thing at church, not at church, at school. I'm running, the teachers call it scoops. She stopped scooping the note. And I'm like,
scoops.
what? It's not what are you talking about? She's like, that you do. I was like, I thought everybody was doing that. She's like, no. And then the first time we did a song that had a run in it, I was ecstatic. This is in choir. In freshman year of high school, they did this song, Et Exultavit, and it had a run in it. Do y'all want to hear it?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Let's go. Et exultavit. Et exultavit spiritus meus. Et exultavit spiritus Deus. Da 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 da. It did all of that crap.
Vocally?
And then yes. And it was like,
you had to do
this. There was this other part. All of that was in there. Now there's words with it, but it was the running, and like everybody around me was like, I can't, can we just, I was like, are you crazy? This is it. This is what we've been waiting for. I was so excited because it's a run. Obviously it's called a melisma, but whatever. I always knew it as a run. And I'm like, we're singing this in choir. I was like, oh my God. So that was the challenge, knowing that I knew I could do all of that, but I've always been singing gospel. It doesn't fit there. But can I go over here to jazz? I don't think I'm allowed to do that, because I've always been taught, your voice is from God. And it is, and I give God glory.
That's right.
But Stevie Wonder doesn't sing gospel, and he's not hurting anybody. I mean, this stuff can make somebody smile. It could save somebody's life. So, and I've seen it now where I've actually sung, and people are like, I was having a horrible day, but you just lifted my spirits.
You remember in Mississippi when you were singing Love Liver, and
listen,
that lady was in church.
She was in worship. I said, well, come on and give her glory.
That's right.
Because honestly, if I can be the instrument that you
Yeah.
see Jesus through me, wonderful. Come on. If I can help lift your spirits today, then okay. But that was honestly a challenge when I was crossing over from gospel to jazz and R&B. And again, shout out to Lee Langston because he had a show, the Jill Scott tribute.
I was
that was
there.
The first
Oh,
That was the
yes.
first one I ever did. And I was all like, can I do this? And then I started and I was like, shoot, I'm doing this. Like, it was like, this was so cool to be able to just go. And all of this is okay. And I mean, you can experiment with stuff on the stage and all that. So
what was the deal with the Jill Scott? Was that a first for you?
that was my first R&B
No.
side. No, I kid you not.
No.
I kid you not.
What year was that? Because
my
it wasn't
first-
in the moment.
that
Because
long
I've been
ago.
in the audience for these
Was
Was
things.
this at Juke House? Was it at the
No, it was some.
It was at the
spot.
old record bar.
Yes. Yes, it was. It was. And I had never. That was my first one ever.
Like my job.
in life.
I
Never done
thought
it.
you were just well seasoned and
No, ma'am.
had been doing this.
No, ma'am. No
because
seats, no
there was
Lowrys, no
somebody
nothing.
on that lineup. You were encouraging them. You were there for
Yeah,
them.
well, that's the big sister, bossy person in me.
but
that
I'm
never
like, she's
turns off.
been doing this. I'm so glad she's here because she's been doing this
That
the
was
whole
my
time.
first ever
That's
R&B.
crazy.
Everything I'd done before had been gospel. I had never done that before.
Can I just talk about how I love like being in the fandom of you guys? Like Lee Langston was the guy who like
Like in real life, shout out to Lee.
He did crossed us right on over, and here we
that was
are.
the first time I heard you sing. But I could have sworn you had just been on that kind of stage forever.
Never done it before.
Wow.
But after that, I was obsessed.
And
I
then
was
that
like,
was
this is
your
great.
first into.
Yeah,
And I got to be there
Yeah.
for that.
that's
Ain't that
crazy.
something?
And now I get to sing with you. Oh my
And it's been interesting with you because you were so supportive. I remember you being at shows and you were like, oh, this is so cool. And then I remember it kind of like, I feel like I should do this, or I could, the way your journey started, and then you started performing more, and I'm like, where have you been?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm. No, in real life.
In
real life. First time I heard Seyko sing, I was like, Sade.
Yes.
I've been calling that ever since. Seyko Sade, Seyko styling, Seyko, like, I just add things to your name.
Yeah.
But I appreciate your tone, and your writing ability is super.
You write
Oh my gosh.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Your words.
Thank you.
I don't have them.
too.
That's why I'm an actor.
No. You know.
Give me the words.
Give me the words.
Because I'll make up something crazy.
But to tell you, it's already in there, and it's already in there because, honey, I hear your spoofs all the time.
I can make a joke. I can't tell by.
And
everything I sing is so ridiculous. Like I was, that 1963 song. Like, why did I make that so Disney? Did y'all remember what I sang?
Do the jump.
No, that's something else. I was doing. December 1923.
Oh no, I don't remember that.
Typhus, polio, hepatitis C. Everybody's gonna die. Like, why is that? Why did I? But that's okay. I was working when I came.
You're like, a dork.
I couldn't keep up with you.
You're such a dork.
Because what was she singing? What did she sing?
Everything.
The going to the chapel one. That was about. I was trying to lay down, wasn't I? Because I'm always tired.
Gonna take a nap.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
That's what I know how to do.
Something about food, something about taking a nap.
I'm always ready to take a nap.
I mean, those are the basic elements of our needs as human beings.
And as adults and working women and moms, and I'm tired now. Just tired.
You tired? Do you get exhausted being a black woman?
Girl, listen. The sigh. Listen, because she just wait a minute. I saw a post on LinkedIn where black women can just go, girl, and we all just know.
We know.
We just go,
girl.
Yeah.
I mean, I told you about the theater people. They always wanted to go, be sassy. And I'm like, I hate that.
Please don't do that to me.
Word. I don't like it.
Yes, sassy. There are certain like
what does that mean?
That are like
Yeah. I'm like, what box did you just put me in? And where is that box?
Yeah.
Like, who is the archetype of that box? I want to know.
Do you think there's a button that I just turn this on?
Yes.
That's not.
Yes, there was one time, I'll tell you, I went to a farmer's market, and I love watermelon.
Let's start there, right?
Let me sip my drink. Let me sip my water.
Get it now, because she's going to say something.
I love watermelon. And this tall white guy was like, we got watermelon in the back, and I was like, I don't like watermelon. Because I didn't want to know.
Right, did he just say that to you out of nowhere?
Me and a friend were just walking around looking at the fruit and all the vegetables, all the produce. Right. And he just made a point to be like, we got watermelon in the pack.
You had to tell me that?
So I just said, we don't eat watermelon.
You even put a slight British accent.
And my friend didn't know what I was doing, so he said, girl, what? You were just talking to me. You want a watermelon? I was like, I can't let them know.
We don't tell them.
Exactly. We going somewhere else.
Know how to do this.
Get some watermelon.
What is that? Please.
Water.
Jeez.
It's be more sassy, and then it's the immediate switch that they do when they're talking to us. They try to, I guess, relate.
Yes.
Hey, girl, did you do that to anybody else? Don't do that to me. I
used to have somebody say, yo.
Don't do that. Were you normally doing that?
Hi.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Yeah. It is beyond irritating.
Yeah.
It's part of the game that we have to play.
Speaking of the game, like being in the industry, the music industry, as a black woman, what kind of challenges are we seeing even now as we try to climb and get to the fullness of our own potential?
Well, I just
what
remember,
kind of hurdles?
I remember always saying, I want to be versatile. I don't want to be put in a box. Don't give me the black speeches. Don't give me the black monologues. Don't just let me sing all the black songs. There was a cabaret show in Kansas City, and I was doing these shows often, and it was great. I loved the exposure of it. I mean, it's still getting paid, but I noticed that the producer and the person in charge of doing the show kept giving me black songs. And so there was a time where there was like a 70s show, and I got I Will Survive. Everybody else got like a Barbra Streisand song, and I was like, why can't I sing that one? Why can't I do that one? I sing I Will Survive all the time at weddings and corporate gigs. I want to do something else.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It's also just finding people that will allow you to do something different.
Right. Would you say allow you to be you?
Yes,
you can't
exactly.
be you because the color that you carry of your skin.
They just assume that is so powerful in their minds. It's already preset, so much so that it surprises people. Like on corporate gigs, I know I've done country songs on purpose. Because I want to watch the reaction.
Exactly.
And it's almost like you can watch
music.
them. It's so like, you almost like pour water on a robot because you watch them do this, trying to compute. And then they're like, I like her voice, but I didn't expect that from her. And then they eventually get into it. But to me, I'm like cracking up because I'm like, I can do all that stuff, you guys.
Yeah. Been doing it.
Grew up. I'm not. Thank you. Exactly.
Because I can feel you breathe. Watching over me.
Come on.
Suddenly I'm melting into you. Nothing left to prove. Maybe I'm needing us to be.
Yes, that was beautiful.
Faith Hill.
Yeah.
Shania.
Facts.
Oh,
You
come
cannot
on
go wrong.
now.
Yeah.
So yeah. What about you?
As a black woman, I would say probably the same. I feel the three of us have kind of, as we've gotten to know each other, we are discovering how eclectic, we are in our tastes. And sometimes, what kind of saddens me, kind of the sad part of that is perhaps black women haven't gotten the chance to explore being, the world around them.
Right.
And feel like they had the privilege of absorbing all kinds of music, all kinds of walks of life, all kinds of people.
Yeah.
They were just, kind of put in this box and kind of had to exist there. And so I'm hoping, as I do whatever I do, sing for people, write for people, that black women can feel inspired to kind of be able to look up and look at the world around them, see some sunshine, see some flowers, and be able to kind of look inside of themselves, who am I?
Yeah.
And that can be like a joyful journey.
Yeah.
Because we always have the pain there. So I like how you did that quote while we were talking. You quoted, they want our rhythm, but they don't want our blues.
Facts.
Ooh.
So
That's facts.
I feel like the fullness just uniquely as a black woman, I want our story told in that fullness, whether that's by the way I live, by the way I sing, by the way I write.
Yeah. And there's more to it. Like, our story includes pulling from a lot of things, because we don't exist in this little cocoon. There's nowhere I can go where I'm not going to find this is black people. We exist. And it's great. It's fine. But there's also all these other influences and cultures. There's white folks, there's Asian, there's Latino, all this stuff. Like, you talking about Selena. Ask every black person, they'll tell you. Yes. We love Selena.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Como la flor.
Okay.
It's the jam.
She's invited to the cookout.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Without question. In real life.
Okay.
So, but all of that is part of it. And I think people struggle to accept that. Like you said, they just kind of already have you designed as you're going to sing this. You're going to sing the sassy stuff. You're going to do the harsh, the gritty. But I'm not always like that. I can do soft stuff. I can do the rocker stuff. And, like, I like that song, that Redneck Woman is a jam.
Yeah.
I want to sing that.
Redneck
Woman ain't no high class broad. Yes! That is the jam. I can't relate, but I like that song. It's a good song. I say, hey, y'all, and hee-haw. Yes. That's cut. I don't know where I'm gonna sing that, but one of these days
we will find somewhere.
I thought I've heard you singing at karaoke or something.
I have not, but I would love to.
Yeah.
Y'all come with me and we'll do that together.
Yes. I'll be in the back with my Spurs.
No, I believe you too.
I know. The thing is,
and the old chaps.
Yeah.
You got a costume closet somewhere.
You know I'm ready.
Prepared.
What was that?
So,
the West.
the old West Side of the world. Sorry.
The sound effects. She's so many characters.
Well, as a Black woman and performer, like, what kind of mark do you want to leave based off of how you perform, the people you interact with? Like, what do you want people to say or remember about you?
I want them to think I was one of a kind. I want them to feel like, man, nobody does what she does. And I've kind of
that is
like,
already
I got the
kind
low
of
range, the high voice. That's cool. I've had musicians say, like, they were trying to follow me, and I heard one guy say, don't try to anticipate what she's doing. Just wait. And I was like,
just wait.
It's like, I kind of didn't know how to feel about that. And then I was like, well, that's kind of cool. But I want to be the one that, like, there was nothing else. Like when she sang it, it was like, there was nothing else.
I love watching people respond to you when you're singing live. Either video clips, you on stage, the musicians behind you. I think you had sent a video of you representing KC in Atlanta at some point, and I remember the musician behind you like,
I love watching musicians behind
amazing.
you. Yeah. That's the mark of...
And we never get tired.
Yeah.
It's like, I always want more.
I think that's kind of cool. I remember I heard one last thing. I remember a musician saying she sings like a musician plays. And I think that's probably the coolest compliment, because that's what Ella was doing when she was scatting. She was imitating the sound of a horn. Yep. So to have somebody say she sings the notes and the runs like a musician would play them, I was like, that's cool.
Yes.
I agree.
Where I'm going.
When I see you perform, I always think Starlet. That's always the one. Because I've seen you on really big stages, and then you're the same on smaller stages, and I see so much joy, you know. I know in real life we're all always tired. And this one is so snarky and it's in a hilarious way.
Yes,
but when you're on stage, like, you just light up.
It's like the joy, though. That place, that moment and that time, even as exhausted as I am, and I am, but when I get to that moment and the music starts, it's like, yes. Yeah. And it's almost like I don't want it to end. And when it ends, it's like, gotta go back home. It's boring, but I don't know. I'm all over the place. Anyway,
you heard it here first. You are one of a kind.
Oh.
And you love performing. You remember I told you about the Aretha Franklin, how she holds her mic, she's so comfortable. That's something I noticed with you, how musicians hold their mic. You can tell how comfortable they are with what they do, how they're singing, what song they're singing, and you always, it looks like it's a part of you when you perform.
And you make us comfortable. You make us want to be there.
Oh, yay.
Yeah.
That's nice, y'all.
And I feel like every Black woman deserves to shine like that.
For sure.
Yeah.
Where they're seen for who they are.
For sure.
Individually. For sure. The mark that God gave them uniquely. And not just be, you're just one of those R&B singers just because they see how you look. Or even the song you're singing in the moment.
Facts.
I feel like every Black woman deserves that.
Facts.
That space to shine. And who are you? Like, what are your dreams? What do you feel? What do you do day to day?
Right.
How do you organize your life? Why?
Yeah.
You know, there's so many facets to our strength and our joy and our pain. And so some of the most inspiring people around me are other Black women. Yep. As we kind of have different walks of life, we unite in these ways. And, you know, I surround myself with type A people all the time because I am not. But Black women type balance. A's are the best. Like, friends to have around.
Keep you organized.
Keep me organized. Keep me together and, like, you know, bond in ways I don't know. I can't even explain it.
But we appreciate you, dreamer, happy people, because I need somebody to be like, oh, it's gonna be fun, because I'm like,
yes, we definitely positive polys over here.
It is, and it's annoying sometimes, but it's great. It's great because y'all are like, you help me see the joy and pain.
You'd be like, I guess I could think about it like that.
No, seriously, like
you're right. Let me
little
stop.
silly pictures, and I'm like, and you're like, Paula's forever uninterested. And I'm like, I'm trying to not be that way.
The videos and the photos. Paula's face, Paula's reactions are always, and you always are the first to point it out.
Oh,
yeah.
He's always the first one, like out, like at the end of the video. All right,
we're done. Okay, bye.
We gonna get you one day.
We gotta start hiding her bag. We gotta start hiding her bag.
Oh, that's just wrong. Don't do that, because then I can't leave.
But Seyko, I want to hear your answer too. What kind of mark do you want to leave?
I'm just helping people to be in touch with their soul. And when I think about music, I think about soul. And that transcends all genres, all styles, all writing, all the unique gifts that each artist has. If you can feel their soul, and that can help you kind of look into your own and be in touch with your own. And I think, if we're talking about uniquely Black women, we deserve that chance to look inside of our souls and wonder who we are and get to explore that and get to have that freedom to, tiptoe through the tulips and dance in the fields. If we want to be dark and emo, we deserve that chance too, whatever it is. I want that experience for every person as an artist. But, when I think about being a Black woman, when I think about other Black women, I hope, if that'd be a high compliment for me, is another Black woman saying, wow, you helped me to feel this today.
Wow.
When it was hard, when I couldn't get past that wall, you helped me today.
Yeah. That's beautiful.
Oh, I love that.
That's really beautiful.
I'm not gonna do it, Paula. She's looking for her purse right now.
Listen, so
I got
freaking emotional.
We are the sensitive ones.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm in theater. I must be in tune with my emotions.
So will you answer the question?
See, getting us back on track.
It was kind of the same answer. I love when people can feel happy, when I can put a smile on their face. You never know what somebody is going through that day, but if you find joy with me being on stage and singing to you, that is all I could ever ask for. Yeah. And if I inspire somebody that looks like me to do better than me, then even better. So
you're about to make me cry. I want to say right now, thank you because you have done that for me. When I was kind of feeling in the shadows and I was in the audiences, seeing you guys do your thing, I took video of you because there was something inside of me that was stirred and excited and so. Wow.
I love it that we're all three different, but we are cheerleaders for each other. For sure. If I'm feeling down, I know y'all will talk me into feeling better.
Absolutely.
It is even I'm not feeling good about a performance. I'm not feeling good about what I'm wearing. I'm like,
we're not gonna let you stay
absolutely
there.
I know.
Come on up.
I know.
Moving on up.
You're way too special.
Absolutely.
Way too special.
And it's so hard for me to even believe that y'all struggle with that because I'm watching the both of you. I'm like, what? Like, do you know what you do? Have you heard yourselves? What are you worried about?
No, we haven't quite figured out the cheesecake and the mic thing.
Listen, that's
really
an advanced course.
Come on, Dr. Saunders.
Start there. Let's go. You can't start with there. You start with like a celery stick, and because that's quick and easy. Bite, and then you say, but cheesecake, you have to, and you see. So that's advanced. You gotta start here. But in all honesty, I don't see how y'all are ever like worried about that because I'm listening to both of you like y'all are fucking great. What are you talking about?
I can't believe you say that even to this day. Like Paula Saunders. No,
y'all tripping because hear what I'm hearing. As Carrie said, you don't see what I see. Because there will always be a Sex and the City reference.
Always. There will always.
It is always appropriate.
Oh my God.
Always.
Quotables left
and
and
y'all
right.
are legit crying. This is happening. No.
It's true though.
My eyes got watery.
Yeah, I'm sweating a little bit.
Dust, maybe.
The temperature went up today in Kansas City.
Exactly. So
I can't with you. They get so emotional.
I don't.
We're gonna get you.
I gotta keep it together. No, there was one time.
There was a time.
It will never happen again.
I
saw the
y'all
doubt it.
never let it go. I said, oh, I know.
And
Because
every
it was the
time
most
that
beautiful
song comes
moment.
on,
I know.
and
I'm
that
like,
point in the song comes on,
and I'll be like,
she gonna cry
you might as
again.
well relax.
Anchor
It ain't
makes
happening.
it cry.
Make me cry. Make me cry.
It's so weird.
Make me cry. Make me cry.
Tell the story. Do the
Nope.
thing. Do the thing. Just kidding.
terrible.
That's the worst.
That is exactly
The worst.
That just
That
you
does
know, be
not-
sassy. Give me more. It wasn't
Testify.
black enough.
Do the thing.
Testify. You know what? There is a
Oh.
Wednesday night prayer service. If you want that, make your way on down.
Okay.
Testify.
To the oh Lord, hold my mule while I shout. Missionary Baptist Church. Make your way. There will be testifying, testification, all
No,
of the
no,
things. Ciao.
No.
Yeah.
How's that? Do we need to wrap it up better?
Got enough footage?
We can cue the organ right now.
That sounds so insensitive after all of that.
I know.
How was that?
How was that?
I haven't got the water.
Let me light up real quick. You got it. All right, Dave.
It did come off.
I hate you.
Are we done? Paula just gets up and grabs her purse and
Listen, you
leaves.
look up, I'm already gone.
I always cry on the Give a Little Love one. That's the one I always, every single time I kind of tear up.
Why?
The words and how I feel about it, because I've always like want to share love and like going through a lot of stuff. I think about it during that song and I'm like, it doesn't matter. Just don't cry. Don't worry. And then I'm like,
Well, I will say, when you auditioned for the Freedom Affair and sang that song, I got teary-eyed.
oh wow.
So
Look at that.
Paula, it's just the fact that you went.
I'm listening.
That was your man.
I remember
didn't
the
cry.
look on your face too, Paula. We were all emotional after she just did a little snippet of the song or whatever, and we're like, she's the one. Our lips were quivering.
I just remember seeing y'all for the first time at the ship, and I was like, wow. And then fast forward, me on stage, and I went, how did I get here? You know how they say
Absolutely.
between 2020 and 2024, we don't know what that time looked like? I don't know how I got here.
Come on. Yeah.
I was like, how did I get up here with these badass ladies?
This is where you belong. You're
weird, right?
Where you belong. Yep.
It's crazy.
Do you remember when you were gonna not join the band?
No, I do. Let's talk about that.
Let's go. Let's get it.
I got intimidated. I got scared. It's normal.
Why? Why? Did you? You
Why?
were on the stage. I told you on stage. I was like, "Good job." Do you remember? I was like, "You're killing this shit."
No, it was before I even did the first gig.
Really?
I didn't remember, and because it was, I think either you said that, Dave, or you, both of y'all were like, just do the gig first and then decide. Because I was going back
That's
and
right.
forth,
I remember.
and I think it was you or Paula, and you were like, at least do the gig. Let's get through it first, and then you can
See
decide.
how you feel. Yeah.
And I just remember after that gig, I sat on the stage, and even Kevin, he said, "You need to be in this band."
Come on, Kevin.
Let's go. Shout out.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kevin,
That's cool.
our honorary security guard.
Right. No, but it did. Like, you just, like, shined. It was.
And
was
I had
perfect.
never felt like that before on stage.
Really?
I felt yes.
More
I
than
never
me.
felt. I never felt so comfortable and empowered being with people like me.
Being a
And
theater person?
and yes, oh yes, because you're trying to fit a box of what somebody already created.
Stages.
But if theater is a character you play, this you got
Yes,
to be you.
yes,
Oh my
and then
God.
accept it.
Explain it.
You know,
Yeah.
and
You could be.
that's
Embrace.
what I always struggle with sometimes.
Right.
I tell you guys about that when we message. I'm like, I always have
Yeah.
what is it called? Personality. What is it?
Imposter
Imposter
syndrome.
syndrome. Sometimes.
Oh, I
and,
struggle.
you know, and I still go back to you singing that song.
Oh.
Hit him with it
It's you I like.
every time.
It's not the things you wear, not the way you do your hair, but it's you I like.
I know.
The way you are right now, way down deep inside you. Not the things that hide you, not your toys, they're just beside you. But it's you I like, every part of you. Your skin, your eyes, and your feelings, whether old or new. I hope that you remember, even when you're feeling blue, that it's you I like. It's you yourself, it's you, it's you I like.
Oh my gosh, Paula gets me every time. I'm so happy you recorded it. Yeah, how dare you?
You made the whole
So we gotta give credit where credit's due. That is Mr. Rogers. And I mean, honestly, that was like the kindest man that I feel like he and Jesus are like honestly, like he just embodied everything that we're supposed to be.
Yeah.
And he's just kind. And I was watching that, this is gonna sound ridiculous, but in college I would watch Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood because number one, the music, if you remember the piano intros,
oh yeah,
fire,
so good.
But then
Slap
also
hard.
sometimes it'd be like so stressful, and I would just kind of disengage and go back to this place. Yes. And some of the things he would sing, like, it's you I like, you know, you're my friend, you're special, you know, all those kinds of things. Even though it sounds rudimentary, it was helpful, you know? And so I would sing that to Jordan, my daughter, when she got a little older. Like, it's you, you're okay, you know, because she goes to middle school and people are awful and all that stuff. But I could sing to her, it's you I like, and all that stuff. So,
Oh gosh, that's beautiful.
if it can help somebody, then yay.
Ew.
I just need a recording. I need
Once a week. I pinned it.
Yeah. I sent it to myself.
Honestly, I wanted to record that song. Like, I thought,
You
that's
should.
so silly, but I really want to record
with just your voice.
that song. I just love it.
Do two versions,
I would
but
love
we
that.
need one with just your voice. Like
I'm gonna
that's
do that.
lullaby
I really like that
level.
song.
Like we don't have that anymore in life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we just became the little girls again.
I know. I was like
Cradling us.
it's going in.
So funny.
Fetal position.
I think that's also the big sister bossy part of me, which I'm trying to turn
We
that
love it.
down.
Why?
It's a little bit, yeah, I'm bossy and I need to get I know that. I'm working on it. I'm really not.
I appreciate
Do you think that's one of your flaws? What's my flaw?
And I'm bossy. Yeah.
Because we are flawed.
Everybody's flawed.
We flawed.
Yeah. I think I overthink too much.
Ooh, girl.
That's
Where I
think
start
we've all
acting
been
on
there.
it.
Oh, yeah,
It
that's
starts
true.
to affect me.
Yeah, I
don't know what
create
that
a
is.
whole world.
Oh, yeah.
that doesn't even exist. But in that moment when you discover it doesn't exist, you're like all worked up,
You're
and
like,
you talk to
oh.
the person, and they're like,
Yes.
"What?"
But
And you're
wait,
like,
do you think that's a black woman thing? I don't think that's individual to us three sitting here. I think that's a black woman thing. Think about it. Everywhere we go, we have to be careful, right? I don't want to be too loud or
to
too
map out the
sassy. I don't
space.
all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And so before we've even entered the room, we're in our head strategizing. I wonder if that's just a black woman thing. I bet it is.
And it could be, yes, because being with, as the musician, you're around men a lot.
Yep.
And in male-dominated spaces. And my goodness, there have been times where I've been ignored because also I'm small. I'm down here.
Yeah.
So you're adorable. So then they treat me like I'm adorable. So I don't have an opinion. I can't have something to say. I can't say, well, hey, you know, this sounds weird. Or, the speaker should be whatever. And I've had so many moments like that.
And you're a grown woman. And it's like, don't disrespect me like that. That's
I say, you don't look it.
Well, but that doesn't take away from the fact
True.
that.
But sometimes it's as simple. Then you come over here and do this. Then.
That part. Hello. How about it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if we really stopped doing all the things that we do, and y'all just try to figure it out without us, good luck.
But you're right. That
Testify.
could definitely be
Listen,
testify.
please help yourself. I'll sit back. Yeah.
Respect. Put some respect
Put
on
some
it.
respect on it.
Respect on
Yeah.
my name.
No, I think you're not alone in that over analyzing all that kind of stuff. Just deep down layer, and it's exhausting, quite honestly.
Yeah,
it's like
we can't just be.
Yeah, I shouldn't have to do all of this. I shouldn't have
like
to
some
anticipate.
people in the world can just be.
Yeah,
most of the time.
Yeah,
at least a good part of the time.
Yeah.
And we can't just be.
Nope.
There's always like the layers of
you got to think first. If I do this,
like if I'm the only black person in the room, here we go. There's a whole routine to it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's exhausting.
Yeah. And shout out to some of them black women that own it. They don't care. They walk into a room. I'm a boss. I'm in this space.
Yep. Deal with it.
Yeah. Do you have an alter ego?
What?
I know you have an alter ego. Like when you hit the stage, do you have an alter ego that really helps you go, ow? It's that ow. Yeah. Did you name her?
I didn't.
I didn't put a name to, but you could feel it.
Yeah.
You know, now more than ever.
I think so.
Yeah, it's like there's a switch, and you know, it's less than it used to. Like it goes faster than it used to because I used to be pretty like feeling pretty inadequate in all the spaces, and then it would take me a while to warm that up on stage show, and my head would be somewhere else. But now I'm like I enjoy this so much, you know, and so then it just comes out, you know, and I feel like, well, if you're doing it for 20 years, you'd hope that there's something that you've built, you know, inside to be able to be in these spaces and then be able to coach yourself into going further and going higher. So, and I feel like there's an energy here sometimes where we all can lean on each other and then look inside of ourselves and go to the next level.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, first of all, you're both very sensible people in your personal lives. Like you're really healthy. You have healthy conversations with yourselves. We have healthy conversations with each other.
Right.
And so that helps me to feel at ease and inspired. Like, okay, well, Shon was looking at it this way, so I'm gonna think about this a little differently. And Paula, she made a few of these decisions when they weren't easy, so you know I can do it too. Yeah, I can get to the next thing.
That's really good.
You know.
Yeah.
What do you think are our powers together for Captain Planet?
I was so hoping you were going.
What do you think are our superpowers? I feel like you're a very rational thinker, and you keep us grounded.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
That's
all I got. Literally, I offer nothing else to this group.
I feel like that's all we
Seyko,
all.
you bring peace.
True.
Aww. You are a calming,
very calm.
Peaceful. Which is hard because you're also very...
Seyko's is different, though. It's another level. I don't know how to explain it, but it is like...
Because you sang the song, but you also sent me like a 5-minute recording.
Then
you were speaking to me.
Oh my God.
It was I pinned that as well. I listened to it right after that. I'm like, oh, you always know what to say.
Wow.
True. You bring energy, and I don't think you even mean to sometimes.
You don't. It's so natural.
It just happens.
You just bring so much
really
joy
helpful.
to people. Just sitting there, just being
being yourself. Which is why it was so weird. And you said that they don't let you be that.
I hope you don't ever take that from us as you have to always be on.
Right.
Yeah.
I always put that note in there.
You know when I'm not. We picked up on it.
If you feel down, I want you to feel down and say, I'm not feeling it today. If you need to say, hey, I can't even be in this space.
I appreciate that.
For sure.
Yes.
And you've seen me when I was down, and you understand it. I know you picked up. You're like, how you doing?
Yeah.
What do you got going on? Something's going on.
Let's talk about
because
it.
with that, you can tell if something is racking my brain.
Or
absolutely not.
Like, do the thing, Shon. No. Be you. But when you are you bring us a lot of joy and happiness.
You really do. I know you had mentioned that you couldn't be yourself in certain spaces. And I was like, why would people not love this? Like, I don't understand. Why would anybody have an issue with it? You know, because you genuinely just bring joy. It's just like, what's
it ain't right. Like, you should be, you
should
bring the world.
Oh. Yeah, I'm sorry. I've been fighting. So many things y'all have said, and I'm like, don't sing.
So that's her challenge professionally.
You have no idea how many Zoom calls I'm sitting on like, oh, dear God.
Yeah. You're a walking jukebox.
Bro.
I don't know how you retain all of that information.
It's hard. It's killing me.
In there,
like, y'all have no idea I'm struggling in this moment. I'm wringing my hand.